You're listening to the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network, home of the #1 sports talk show on the planet, The Doug Stewart Show.
This is a revolution in radio, the realest, trillest sports talk show in America, The Doug Stewart Show. This is sports talk for the people.
The Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. Real talk, real radio, real people, just like you.
Yes!
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt, specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your #1 advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975, and work it out.
At Ticket Liquidator, we believe you should have access to the experiences you want to be a part of. Since 2003, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers with the most sought-after and often sold-out events across the country. Ticket Liquidator's nationwide network gives you access to one of the largest online inventories of sports, theater, and concert tickets, with prices lower than most companies in other markets. And our security policies are solid, so you can buy with absolute confidence. More tickets, better service, and lower prices, so you can witness the best entertainment, culture, and sports events worldwide. At Ticket Liquidator, we know that seeing a legend bring down the house or watching your team win the championship is about more than a ticket. It's about being there. For all your sports and entertainment ticket needs, call us at 855-638-3034. Again, that's 855-638-3034.
Let me tell you about Travel by Stats. Travel by Stats delivers premium travel packages and provide excellence by focusing on assuring that their tour itinerary is clear. For destinations they've never taken, they even take the trip in advance of the actual one you're about to take. This ensures everybody has a great experience. They've been around since 1988 and have been operating here in Atlanta since 2000, starting from the ground up, but they now boast of a team operating in 5 states. Travel by Stats not only specializes in Caribbean destinations, they also provide a variety of reasonable, cost-efficient events by land, air, or sea. One of their big things is sports travel for football fanatics who live in Metro Atlanta. That's the fun way to go anyway. Here's some of their upcoming list of events. Giants at Cowboys, Falcons at Giants, Falcons at Cowboys, Cowboys at Saints, Patriots at Cowboys, and many, many more. Contact them at 855-266-6675, extension 700, for the owner, Maritza Wilmer. Again, that's 855-266-6675, extension 700. If you mention my name, Doug Stewart, you'll receive an extra 10% off your package. Travel by Stats. Where they don't sell travel, they sell fun.
PoePoliticking.com.
Corner store philosophy, wine prophets who probably felt the greatest hide and chased that dragon into poverty, inherited a lower self-esteem and a lack of knowledge, got they refund checks and turned they back to college. Who needs a degree to survive in these streets? Weather 400 degrees, juveniles chasing dreams, hustling harder for smaller returns. They call it life shit. We live and we learn. What's up, world? It's JP1, a.k.a. Jackpot the Chosen One, representing Detroit to the fullest. Right now, you politicking with Poe on Poe Politicking. Let's get it.
PoePoliticking.com.
Welcome back to Poe Politicking. I'm now politicking with the personal finance expert, motivational speaker, author, business consultant, Ash Cash. What's good, bro?
What's going on, Paul? Appreciate you for having me on.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Thank you for coming through. So the first thing I want to talk about, I was listening to your background. I know you're from New York, projects. So I just want to talk about your background a little bit and how you came to where you are now.
Absolutely. So, you're absolutely right. I grew up in the projects, St. Nicholas houses in Harlem, NYC. So I have, an advanced degree, my PhD, but it's not my doctorate degree. It's my public housing degree. And I, did typical story, single-parent home, father wasn't around, got into a lot of trouble, and really didn't take school seriously, didn't really take anything seriously, but always had that entrepreneur hustle in me. So I was packing bags at the local supermarket at the age of 9, graduated to selling CDs and T-shirts and mixtapes, on 125th Street. And so I've always had that hustler mentality, always was interested in how to make money, got a job at an early age. I used to play basketball, couldn't really play ball anymore because I got kicked out of school a couple of times. But I still needed some money and I still needed something to do, so I wound up getting a job at a video store. And while at the video store, one of the assistant managers said there was an opportunity to work as a teller in a bank. And for me, I knew I kind of reached the ceiling as far as the video store goes. So I said, why not? I went into banking at 19 and fell in love. I did everything in banking, and I the same work ethic that I had as a kid, as a teenager, I kind of carried that over into corporate America. So I did everything in banking, from teller to personal banker to private banker, branch manager. I was a VP at one of the largest financial institutions, J.P. Morgan Chase, at the age of 24. Bought my first house when I was 25 years old. I kind of climbed the ladder. I became a CEO of a credit union, in my early 30s, and decided that I really wanted to focus on teaching people about how to stay focused, how to maximize your full potential, how to get everything that you want out of life. So I became an author. I wrote a couple of books. 2 of them are bestsellers: Mind Right, Money Right, 10 Laws of Financial Freedom, and also What the Cycle, 12 Steps to Repairing Your Credit. And now I just, as an author, as a business consultant, as a motivational speaker, I go around just teaching people how to, maximize their full potential, how to be the best them that they could possibly be, and that's my mission in life, and then I love doing that.
Okay. And I caught something early in the conversation. You was talking about your work ethic. So what do you mean by that? Why is work ethic important?
Man, I think work ethic is the most important thing as it relates to making your dreams happen, because when you think about people who have these great ideas, even people who have these great talents, if you're not doing something with that talent, if you're not doing something with those ideas, you're not going to be successful. So for me, at an early age, while a lot of my friends were, hanging out, going, trying to impress the girls and doing what teenagers do, what young adults do, I had a work ethic. I was up before everybody. I went to sleep, after everybody, and I was really just focused on bettering myself always. I didn't, because I grew up low income, I didn't want to be that person who had to rely on people. So I always wanted to have my own. So I said, you know what, you guys can party, you guys can do this. I'll be working. I'll be making sure that I'm getting myself better and better. And that sort of followed me into banking, where I was the first to come into the bank. I was the last to leave, even before I got the titles, even before I got the accolades, even before I got the money. I was really focused on just maximizing who I was, and that work ethic is why I can attribute my success to, because there are a lot of people that are probably smarter than me. I didn't get a degree. I actually recently, and you're getting exclusive, I hardly say this, but I actually just got a degree this year, 2015. So I graduated high school in 1999, and I made a lot of money without a college diploma, right? You know what I'm saying? What would Jay-Z say? Graduated from the corner, and I did all this without a diploma. I just got my college degree. I have a bachelor's degree now in entrepreneurship, and so there's a lot of people who have master's degrees from great schools. So there's people who are smarter than me. There's are more talented, but it's because of my work ethic is why I continue to be successful at most of my endeavors. And it's not even, I'm not bragging, I'm not boasting. I'm just saying that if you work hard, you will achieve all of your dreams.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you you're from Harlem, right?
Absolutely.
So you like
Home of the hustlers.
so what you think about Mace and Dipset? That's like my favorite. Like I'm a big Dipset and big Mace fan. Who's your?
No, absolutely. And it's funny because in high school, in New York, there's always been this Brooklyn versus Harlem thing, and not so much anymore, but there used to be. And so in Harlem, I was big on Mace. When Mace came out, it was something big that we that we promoted. Ted, Dipset. I secretly, Jay is still a guy. So I had to secretly listen to Jay-Z for a little bit, but I love the Dipset movement. And actually, I always talk about Cam. Cam is one of the smartest businessmen you will ever meet.
Mm-hmm.
People don't know that because of his public persona has to be this ignorant dude. But I promise you, if you ever sit down with him, he is one of the smartest businessmen you will ever meet. The guy's a genius.
You saw how he put out them Ebola masks and got money off that when Ebola came out.
Right, exactly. You know what I mean? So this dude is, and he's getting Netflix money, he's getting movie money, he's getting socks money, he's getting fashion money. He's doing his thing, man. So fat shot to Dipset, fat shot to Mace, Harlem, the whole Harlem.
Yeah, I wouldn't say because me, I'm from Mississippi, man, but I feel like my soul is from Harlem, man. Cause I feel like I grew up in that Harlem Renaissance era.
Absolutely.
So do you think what do you think about representing that, like the Harlem Renaissance? Do people still think about that in Harlem or not really?
No, absolutely. There's actually a movement now, the new Harlem Renaissance, where you have a lot of the young fashion designers, a lot of the young guys. Shout out to my man Cal's Harlem Haberdashery. It's a young, fashion business on Lenox Avenue. The League of Distinguished Gentlemen. So you have all of these guys who are, bringing back that feeling, that Harlem Renaissance feeling, because we were, I wouldn't say the originators of style, but a lot came out of Harlem. So there are a group of folks who are, reviving that movement. So I love it, and there's deep history in it. And that feeling needs to come back, because when you think about the Harlem Renaissance, you think about the time that the Harlem Renaissance happened, where we as people were being sort of locked out of everything. So we said, instead of trying to get in with everybody else's, we're going to create this good feeling. We're going to create our own atmosphere, our own good vibes, our own circumstance, and we're going to thrive off of it. And then even from an economic standpoint, where we said we're going to look good, we're going to feel good, we're going to party good, but we're also going to support each other, support businesses. So it's definitely something that is happening now in Harlem, but it's also happening other places as well. So the Harlem Renaissance is not only about Harlem; it's about us as a people. It's about resurrecting Black Wall Street, that pride we had as people to get ourselves out of our circumstance and allow ourselves to thrive.
So I want you to talk about some of your influences. It can either be people, books, or experiences, whatever you think your top influences were so far.
No, absolutely. So my influences it's very diverse, right? So when it comes to the self-help motivational piece, guys like Anthony Robbins, guys like Brian Tracy, guys like Zig Ziglar, guys like Les Brown. So these are the people that I studied: Napoleon Hill, Dale Carnegie. When it comes to music and business, the Sean Carters, the 50 Centers, but the Russell Simmons, the Andre Harrells, the Puff Daddies, and then also I have to credit my guys in the street. I grew up very close to the street, so this is me saying folk is something that is I wouldn't say new, but I've been very close to the street, and a lot of my OGs, as we call them, taught me a lot. They taught me the game, and they're the ones who actually taught me, like, listen, there's no difference from a successful Kingston mastermind, it's the same work ethic. It's the same thing. That talent, you could use that in the boardroom. And it kind of chilled me because I saw a lot of stuff early. I saw a lot of, violence and drug dealing. I saw a lot of that stuff early, and it made me realize it's nothing to glorify. So let me use the same skills that I could potentially use on that side to stay focused. So, my influences are very diverse. My street guys always get some credit. For the music business, they get credit, and then my self-help gurus who I read religiously get credit. And I'll be remiss to not talk about God. I have a big faith in God. I believe in God. So also when I think about my story and all the different ways that I could have ended up, I had to give credit to the Most High for really guiding me and using my story to help others maximize their potential.
All right. So what would you say your philosophy on life is?
My philosophy on life is if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at will change. Simple as that. It's all about perspective.
I saw you was talking about, it's kind of the same thing because I was listening to your other video and you were saying like thoughts become things.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's why, they call me Mr. Mind Right, Money Right. And because my background is finance, I talk about money a lot, right? And I give tips on how to create financial freedom for yourself. But really the message is mind right, life right. If you have your mind right, you can have your whole life right. So mind right, life right, mind right, love right, mind right, body right. All the things that it takes, everything that you want out of life, it starts with your mindset. It's all about perspective. People can look at their circumstance and say it's the worst thing in the world, or they can look at their circumstance and realize how much of a blessing it is. So my whole philosophy is around just changing your thoughts, changing your mindset, using your now. A lot of people focus so much on what they should have had, what they could have had, but the one thing that they need to realize is that now is the only time that they have. You could cry about yesterday, but yesterday doesn't want you anymore. You could wish for tomorrow, but tomorrow's not guaranteed. The only thing you know you have for sure is right now. So you got to focus on right now, and that's my philosophy, is that just really change the way you're looking at your now. Stop regretting, stop thinking that things could have been better. You are exactly where you need to be right at this very moment, and you have to maximize that now and be the best that you could possibly be. So it's all about perspective. Just change the way you look at things. Just change your perspective on things and realize how much you have at your advantage right now, and use that to get everything you want out of life.
Yeah, then I want you to kind of, like you was talking about the mind right, money right, but the thing is, like, I know there's a lot of people when they do get money, they're not happy. So to me, I think it's more about, health, friends, relationships. I mean, you need money, but, I don't think you should just be doing anything solely to soul for money. So.
Absolutely, and I agree 1,000%. And that's why, again, it starts at the mindset, right? Because if you don't have the proper mindset, I know a lot of people who have, I know multimillionaires who have money and they're miserable, right? Because at the same time, they focused on money, but they didn't focus on the mindset, right? So when you have your mind right, in order to get your money right, your mind has to be right first, right? So, life is not about money. Life is about experiences, and, I'll be lying if I tell you that money doesn't help you, gain those experiences, doesn't make it a little more comfortable for you. But money isn't the end all be all. Money is a tool. It's a tool that you use in order to gain those experiences, in order to, not stress and to be able to live comfortably. But again, it starts at a mindset. I think that once you get your mind right, and once you create that mindset that understands that true riches is not about only money. If all you have is money, then you're not truly rich. You have to have experiences. You have to have friends. You have to have family. You have to have a support system. You have to be compassionate. There's all these things that come with riches. So it's not all about money, but it is about the mindset, right? So anybody who has a proper mindset, is going to thrive in anything they do and anything they want, because they realize that, life isn't about things, it's about experiences.
All right, and I want you to talk about, because I was listening to your interview you did with Eric Thomas, And I heard y'all was talking about he gets up really early at 3 o'clock to start on his goals. So I want you to talk about some of your daily habits, rituals you do every day.
Absolutely. So that's something that we definitely have in common. Fast shout to the bro ET. I'm up 3, 4 in the morning. And for me as a writer, that's the best time to be up because I believe in energy. Life is just energy. And a lot of times, if you wait till 8, 9 o'clock, where everybody's up, everybody's scrambling to go to a job that they don't really like, all that energy is not good. It's energy that's around you. So I'm up 3, 4 in the morning. The first thing I do is really meditate. I meditate. I sit in my silence and really focus on, just focusing on me, talking to the inner me, talking to God, just meditating and getting that peace of mind. Then after that, it's to writing. I have something called the Daily Word. I've been doing that actually 2016. Next year is going to make 10 years since I've been doing the Daily Word. And the Daily Word is simply a motivational column that I do every Monday through Friday. And it's really just to help people manage their day, give them some inspiration. I have a large list of folks. I have celebrities on there. I have, entertainers. I have business people on there. But it's really, my way to give back and to help people stay focused. So I get to writing. And then, I plan the day. You have to plan the day because if you don't plan the day's going to plan you. So you write down, what are my goals? You have to break it down into what do you want to accomplish for the day. And I start put down some small goals. A lot of us, we focus so much on the bigger things, and when we look at the big things, they get overwhelming. So we have to focus on the small things, and as we do multiple small things, they equal the big stuff. So you just write down, you write down the little things, and that's what I do every morning. I write down the little things that I have to accomplish that day, and I just make sure no matter what happens, these are the 3 things. And sometimes there might be more than 3, sometimes it's less than 3, but on average, it's 3 things. What are the 3 things that I must accomplish before I put my, before I take my nap? Because I don't sleep, I take naps. That's it.
I heard that. So I want you to talk about, because I went to your website and I saw you had a lot of books. So I want you to talk about your books, but before you talk about your books, I kind of want you to talk about how actually did you start? Because I know a lot of people be like, I want to write a book, but they never end up doing it. So I want you to talk about how you ended up writing a book. Then you could talk about all your products you got.
Absolutely. So when I was in banking, I wanted to give back. I wanted to go and talk in inner city schools, in churches, and just talk about fiscal responsibility, how to properly manage your finances. So I was talking at a school to kids and a bunch of parents, and afterwards, one of the parents came to me and said, "Hey, I want you to talk, at my church. How much would you charge?" And I was kind of looking because I at that time I didn't understand that speaking was actual business. So I said, I wouldn't charge anything. So I went, did something at the church, and somebody asked me to do something at their organization, and I was like, wait, hold on, let me look into the speaking business. And when I looked into the speaking business, I realized that the people that first of all, it's an actual business that you could get paid thousands of dollars to talk. So I said, man, this is the business I need to get into because I love talking, I love giving speeches, I love motivating folks. So I said, this is the business I need to be in. But then as I started doing more research, I realized that most people who get paid the most money are authors. The guys who have the books, the people who have the books are the ones who make the most money as speakers. So my first book, which I released in 2009, was simply a marketing tool. Money Right was simply a marketing tool. But when I wrote the book to get more speaking gigs and to make more money as a speaker, people were really being touched by it. They were really reading the book, and they were really saying how much I was able to teach them, how much that they enjoy my writing. Like I said, I do the Daily Word every day, so people were giving me feedback on the Daily Word. So I realized that I had a gift of writing. I had a gift of being able to connect with people in a way that others in the past were able to connect with people. And when I realized that with books, they evolve. So the same language that someone probably used 20, 30 years ago, they're probably not reaching the same people today that they did 20 years ago because they're writing in a different language. So I realized that, I saw that my first book did so well. It was number 7 in personal finance books when I re-released it in 2011. I realized that I had a gift, so I continued to write, and I just continued to write and deliver books. My first book took me about 8 months to write because it was my first time writing books, but now I can literally dump out a book in about 30 days, and it's really about understanding that writing a book is, calming your mind. I listen to a lot of classical music. I listen to a lot of Mozart. I listen to a lot of scores. So, Bill Conti, he's the guy who does all the Rocky theme songs, and he's somebody who's very, very, he's on high rotation in my iPod right now. And I listen to the music, it calms me down, and then I get to flowing. I find the time to be able to write, and to anybody out there who's looking to write a book, I think a lot of times when we think about the book in its totality, we say, man, this is a big feat. But just break it down. That's all. Just chop it up. So if you have a book that you want to write, and it's 10 chapters, well, focus on one chapter at a time. Don't even focus on the whole book. Say, you know what? This week I'm going to write about this, and then just knock it out. One chapter. Finish that. Go to the next. And if you break it down into small little goals, you'll realize how easy it is. And I always suggest people to write about things that you know, because what takes the most time is research, right? So if you're writing about something that you don't really know, you're gonna have to research, you're gonna have to fact check, you're gonna have to do all that stuff. But if it's something that you know, I've been in the banking world for 15 plus years, so this is something that I know. I've been in the self-help world for over 10 years, so that's something that I know. So I don't necessarily have to research. I could just write, and so the process has been very easy for me. I think before it's all said and done, I'll probably have 50 plus books. I'll continue to write. I have the titles. I have the ideas. It's just a matter of me going out and executing. So I continue to write and to put things out in the world.
Okay. So if somebody came up to Ash Cash and they say, Ash Cash, how do I become successful in life? What would you say?
I would say first it starts with you believing in yourself, believing in what you have to give to the world, and then just give it. Right? A lot of folks focus too much on getting prepared when we need to realize that we are prepared already. Right? Like, we have everything it takes right now, today, to be successful. So believe in yourself, believe in your idea, then do the idea, and you will be successful. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And it's only too early to quit. A lot of times we get into the thick of it, and we start to the naysayers come in the way. We get tired. The things that stop us, and then we stop. Then we go again, then we stop. But we have to realize that once you set your mind that you're going to do something, do not put a time limit on your goals. If it's your dream and aspiration, just do it until you get it. Don't stop. And you will be successful. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Anybody, any circumstance, any race, creed, wherever you come from, whatever your background is, there is no exception to it. I can give you hundreds and thousands of examples of people who may have had it worse than you, wasn't in the right circumstance, and they were able to do it. These stories exist, so we just have to have that unwavering belief, though. Right? It's not a belief that says, if this, it's not, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Unwavering, knowing, like you know your name, like you know your age. You have to know, like and go out there and do what you have to do. Have that belief, and then once you have that belief system, you have to act on it. Act on that belief system, because with a belief system, if you don't have any action behind the belief system, then that belief system means nothing.
And then what are some tools and techniques you use to stay on your goals and achieve your goals?
First again, it's about the mindset. So, meditation is very important. But beyond meditating, beyond tapping into myself, it's also about being motivated by other stories. So, often I'm always watching documentaries. Those are my favorite things. I love watching and listening to interviews. I love to hear other people's stories, other people's success stories. So it's really just keeping my goal in my mind's eye, but then also, stimulating the brain. Also figuring out, what are those other stories that I can get inspired by, and I just continue to keep that in my brain, because if you're always focusing on the negative, if you're always focusing on what's wrong with the world, you're not going to get to a space where you can maximize what's right with it. So it's about just keeping fresh, just like, they say like a shower, right? You take a shower, but then you go out, you get dirty again, and you have to take a shower. It's something that's repetitive. So even me, as a motivator, I have to motivate myself as well. So I look to the Les Brown, to the Brian Tracy, to the Anthony Robbins, and even those who are not famous, there's inspiration in everything. So I look for inspiration in everything and everybody to be able to stay sharp,
All right, and then somebody came up, they was like, listen to this interview right now, and they're like, you know what, I want to be a motivator, I want to inspire people. What would you tell them?
I would tell them, go motivate, go inspire. Do not wait until you have quote-unquote success, because we are all successful in our own right. If you are a high school kid who has a story, who has overcome something already, you can talk to other high school kids. If you're in college, if you're past college, there's always something, there's always somebody you can impact, there's always something, somebody that you can inspire. So I would say, don't wait. There's no class that you need to take. There isn't any books that you have to read. Again, you read to sharpen yourself. So you want to get better. You want to be able to get better and be more effective as it relates to reaching out to people, as it relates to having people feel your message. But right now, today, there is somebody that you can inspire. So you have to go out and inspire that person. When I started to speak, I started going to schools, right? Because I was still in banking. I hadn't reached, I had success in banking, but I hadn't had success in publishing yet, success in media yet. So I started to say, you know what? Who can I reach right now? And it was people who in inner city schools, because I was a kid in the inner city. I was a kid who got kicked out. I was a kid who they told wouldn't be successful, and I was able to be successful. So I had that story. So if somebody wanted to be a motivational speaker, if somebody wanted to inspire people, what you have to do is motivate, is inspire. Just go out there and do it. Do not wait. Do not contemplate on it. Just start. And as you start that experience, you're going to mess up. You're going to have, quote-unquote failures. And I say quote-unquote because failure isn't failure when you mess up. It's failure when you give up. So you're going to have these mistakes, these mishaps. But that's your tool. That's your teaching. You will get better. You're going to keep doing it over and over until it becomes second nature. I in the beginning, I was afraid to talk in different capacities. I've spoken in places with 5 people, and I've spoken to crowds that have thousands of people. And in the beginning, it was nerve-wracking, and sometimes it still is. But at the end of the day, I know that I have a message out there. I have that confidence that what I'm saying, people need to hear, and I use that confidence to go out there and just do it. So, just like Nike, right? You just got to go out there and do it. So anybody who has that aspiration, stop thinking about it. Just make it happen. Just do it.
Yeah, it's actually, I like how you was talking about the failure, because I actually heard if you want to be successful, you need to double your failure rate.
Absolutely. And it's funny because most successful people, myself included, have more failures than they do successes, right? So I've failed more times at things than I have been successful, but the reason why I continue or I consider myself a success is because I don't give up. I am delusional. I am crazy. I do not understand what that word is. I will keep going until I get what I came for. And so if I failed 9 times, I will keep going. I will keep going 10 times until I get it, and I will keep going. So you definitely have to double that rate, because the more you realize what doesn't work, the faster you get to what will work. So you have to double that failure rate. Keep going, keep failing. The great thing about it, if you're not failing enough, then you're not trying hard enough. You have to continue to fail, and when you fail, you'll master what it is that you want. And then at that point, then what else is there but success?
All right. So what would you like to say to your audience, your fans, people that have been supporting your career so far?
No, I would say thank you. I love you. I appreciate you. Because at the end of the day, without the people who appreciate my message allow me to help inspire you. I don't necessarily believe that I can motivate you. Motivation comes from within, but I can inspire you. I can spark your brain. I can spark that inspiration. I can give you that inspiration that's going to help you motivate yourself. So I would just say thank you. I appreciate you. I will continue to I am a servant of the people. I don't do this for myself. I do this to be able to make people realize that no matter what your circumstance is, you can do whatever you want out of life. And so I'm the voice of the underdog. I'm the voice of the person who think they can't, but they can. So I would say, continue to spread the word. Continue to allow me to inspire you. And again, I thank you. I appreciate you.
All right, man. Thank you for coming through Politics with me, man.
Nah, Paul, man, I appreciate you, man. Thanks for all that you're doing. Definitely, self-help motivation needs to be infused in the hip hop generation because we are the leaders of the new school. We are the ones that are going to take the world to the next step. So we need that self-help. We need that motivation. So thank you for having me, for allowing me to share your platform and to help move the world forward.
Yeah, this is good shit. I mean, this is really good. Like, man, we just need to put Dialogue on this and do a remix or something.
Absolutely. Let's definitely do it. Let's make it happen.
PoePoliticking.com.
Because it ain't easy, man. It may look glamour-like to you because you see me riding, you dig? Snake skin down to the floor, you dig? Hat and shoes to match, diamonds on fingers and watches on arms. I'm telling you, it might look easy, baby, but you're going to have to work some to get to this static, baby. See you at the top.
You're listening to the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network, home of the #1 sports talk show on the planet, The Doug Stewart Show.
This is a revolution in radio, the realest, trillest sports talk show in America, The Doug Stewart Show. This is sports talk for the people.
The Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. Real talk, real radio, real people. Just like you.
Yeah!